Take this. It will stop the flowers of the Fields of Naught from rendering sleep.
The Whitelands are famously cold, but Mount Gahuldarat looks like a snow magnet.
White ash falls from the sky, but there is no fire, and it turns to water. How is this possible?
Even my markings can't protect me from this chill.
So, any idea how to get the elves to listen to us?
You won't like it. We head deeper into the mountains, scale Gahuldarat, and at its summit is the old dwarven stronghold Strongpeak. There, we'll find the elven leader, Ormiriel. I have a token I can give her to let her know we come in peace.
Climbing uphill in the snow. Sounds great.
Ah, you're the outsider thrumming up the Gahuldarat. They've been reinforcing Strongpeak because of your invasion.
This is no invasion. I come seeking help.
Then your endeavor has reached its natural conclusion. Help is precisely what I may provide. They say your name is Aviana, that you hail from an unknown place, Ilion.
Did they also tell you I've been imprisoned, attacked, shot at, insulted? You get the idea.
On behalf of my people, apologies. The Fate Hand has been cruel, and my people have grown cruel in response. My name is Rylan, and for 7 centuries I led the Rai dynasty through its best and worst times. This is clearly the worst of times.
There must be a way to get through to everyone.
There may be. Princess Ormiriel has called reinforcements to Strongpeak. But I know an ancient path. Observe.
This happened before. The sigils on the obelisks are like those in Alien.
These are not dwarven, but built by the unknowable race during the Lost Epoch. Awaken the other Corridels as you have this one, and they will reveal a secret path to Strong Peak. Then you can confront the army face to face.
Or follow the ancient path revealed by the Corridels. You know a lot about these Corridels.
Indeed. I am a student of the world, and these obelisks are my teachers. You see, the Whitelands were once known as the Niflheim. But before the dwarves, the ancient texts called this land Taurian. They say this mountain is not natural. It was built by the unknown race. The Corridels are what remain. If that is not a mystery in need of unraveling, I don't know what is.
I want to know more about the leader of the elves here. They say her name is Ormiriel.
Worshipped for her youth and nothing more, she is a petulant, arrogant young aristocrat.
You're the head of a dynasty, and I'm apparently an invader. You should want me dead, no?
My days of restoring the dynasty are behind me, as is my tendency to bicker over territory. My people must change, so go forth and change them.
You said you were the head of the Rye dynasty. I thought the only way an elf steps down as head is by death.
I'm no typical elf, now am I?
I didn't scale the mountain Gahuldarat just to look at rocks.
No, I suppose not. Unless you intend to fight through an army of elves, go to the other obelisks. Hear their song.
This is no stronghold. It's a village.
A well-guarded one. There's soldiers everywhere.
Good thing they won't see us coming. Let's find their leader, Ormiriel, and get her to stand down.
Unshackle me! Let me fight this witch back!
You're Ormiriel.
Say my name again and be food for our arrows.
I was told this woman was your leader. Why do you have her shackled? We only came to the Whitelands looking to ally ourselves with you. There's no need for bloodshed. If you are the chieftain, Ormiriel, I beg you, call off your guards and listen.
The chieftain gave you an order. Stop saying her name.
I also demanded you free me from these chains. You will do as I say. Send the invaders to the Four Heavens. Do this and you may survive my wrath.
It's over, Ormiriel.
They're dead. I'm free.
Tell me what's going on here. You're the chieftain to these people.
I am.
Yet you were in chains.
My scouts say you are the leader of an unknown land named Ilion. So then you know that all leaders are, in truth, captives of their people. I was a princess during the schism, abducted and brought here. Instead of negotiating my ransom, I negotiated a truce amongst the elves. But the shackles remained.
The other elves in Strongpeak don't look much like you.
When our god Galleon fled Nevendar, our people were ripped in two. I am from the group they called Feral. The elves of Strongpeak call themselves noble. But we are all elves.
Your royal guards acted more like jailers than anything else.
Impressive. My scouts said you were deadly, but not that you were observant. I am the stolen child of the Orr dynasty. So long as I remain chained, the bonds of truce remain between the elven clans.
Tell the elves to stand down. You have to see that we mean you no harm.
Do I? I have an army of scouts across the Whitelands. I've been watching, Aviana. You say you mean us no harm, but we both know you have elven blood on your hands.
We weren't expecting to be ambushed, imprisoned, and attacked. Needless to say, this wasn't exactly our plan. But I mean what I say. We came here looking for an alliance between your people and Ilion, and I still hope we can.
What? Where did you get that?
Ah, it's a trinket from your friend Cowan. He asked we give it to you.
What have you done? This is a Tarek law.
The demonic binding.
A what?
Cowan is no friend. He claims these lands as his own, and he has been trying to find a way into Strongpeak to kill me. And now, if he has the other Tarek law, he can hear our every word and see what my eyes see.
Which means he knows the secret path to Strongpeak is open. Or Muriel, you're not safe here.
Where am I to go?
I don't understand. Cowan said you were old friends.
Friends? Cowan is the one who abducted me and turned me over to the so-called noble elves. He hoped they'd kill me, but instead I rose to lead the Whitelands. He's wanted me dead since. My captors were also my guardians, until you came along.
You said you have scouts across the Whitelands. Do you know where Cowan is?
Fortunately for him, we lost track of his whereabouts after you and he parted ways.
The wound isn't bleeding. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
This is my doing. Come with us. We'll find Cowan, undo the binding, and make him pay for double-crossing me.
I know you're right. I can't stay here. When this is done, we'll discuss the intersection of your people and mine. Until then, Cowan must be stopped. But first, this Tarek law needs to be removed. While it remains, I too remain imprisoned.
Do you know it can be safely removed?
If there is a way, Rylan will know.
Rylan? The old woman? I've had the pleasure of her company already.
You did? You've been to the west?
No, she was to the south, by the catacombs.
How strange. My scouts tell me she has not left her home behind the ice for many years. We should go there first.
I don't like the look in your eye. If we should turn back, tell me.
We are near to the ice wall, and beyond that, Chieftain Rylan.
I don't have your elven eyes or Muriel, but if you say so, I believe you. There must be some way to get past it.
It is a secret of the Rai dynasty, unknown to the Orr. Although I'm confident that once there, we will uncover the secret. We need to hurry on.
If you tell me Ryla An is trustworthy, I'll accept it. But I have my doubts.
She was a chieftain for centuries. That does not happen without wisdom and an eye for what is best. Besides, we are both feral elves.
I'm still planning on getting our revenge on Cowan, once this thing is out of you.
As am I. He shall pay for his crimes with his life. If you are listening, Cowan, do not mistake my words. You will die.
Let's go then.
We are close.
To Ryla An, you mean?
Yes, she lives just beyond the ice. But there is something else here. A stench lingers. One of betrayal.
I've known that stench before.
The smell of an elf who is due an unclean death.
Cowan? Are you sure?
Yes. Though how recently, I cannot say.
Cold, is it?
No colder than your wit. Or your heart.
Ouch. Touché.
There must be a way through.
Arrows would not penetrate it, and my steel would barely scratch its surface.
Or Muriel, what's going on?
Let me help you, Armeriel.
No! Stand back! The power! I can feel it coursing through my veins!
You're gonna lose your hand!
No!
I'm going to save you, whether you like it or not.
I said no.
You're gonna die, or Muriel! Coruscant, please see to her wounds.
Let me help, Armeriel. I can heal you.
No, I do not... No. Thank you, Coruscant. But I'm not truly hurt.
Curious. The binding within your flesh is powerful.
The Tarak lore. We Sundancers learn of many magics, including this. However, we knew only that it is a device for binding, for a captor to watch and torment as they please. It seems that there is more to our understanding.
If you blame me for this, I'd understand.
I was angry, but only for a moment. This is Cowan's doing, not yours. If anything, I'm grateful to you, and am in your debt.
I would rather let the past be the past, and instead look to the future. One where you could answer a curiosity of mine. I've always wondered, do Sundancers only dance vertically? Or is horizontal an option too?
Now is not the time to think of such things.
It's always a good time to think of such things. For without them, what else is there?
Freedom and revenge.
Ah, yes. Okay. You seem like you know more about the Tarak lore.
Only its reputation. They are always paired, a master and a postulant. Although I have never heard of it granting power.
Nor I.
But we're still gonna try to remove it. Cowan gave it to me for a reason.
Even now, Cowan's eyes are no doubt upon us.
Then let's find those eyes and cut them out. This is Ryla'an's home?
It is.
I assume there's more to the plan than knocking on the front door?
As opposed to sneaking around the back? No, Ryla'an is a wise woman, and her chieftain days are behind her. There is no animosity here.
Ooh, the same strange odor. We should be wary.
I am always wary, as should you be.
Ah yes, of course. Thanks.
A little different to home, eh?
It is a hard life in the mountains, and yet we survive.
Stay behind me.
Watch out.
Aviana, why are you... Or Muriel?
Chieftain Rylan, it is good to see you.
And you, Princess. You are free of your prison.
I am. I have Aviana here to thank for that.
It was no problem at all. A pleasure, in fact.
Well, I am happy that you have both emerged alive. And how are you, Muriel? Not too diminished to fight, I hope.
Never, Chieftain. Bonds may hold me, but will never break me. I am ready to claim my freedom in its entirety, but for two problems.
A Tarak lore?
Yes, we need it removed. Do it.
It is possible, but the pain will be unlike anything you have endured before, Princess. You would never fully heal. Such artifacts are not designed to be safely removed.
I can handle it, Chieftain.
You've had your fair share of pain, I know. As have I.
I can handle it.
Then come in, Princess, and let us prepare. It will require much time. Aviana, it would be best if you return at a later time.
What would you prefer, Muriel?
I would appreciate it if you and the others remained here. Captive, freedom, captive, freedom. I cannot help but think that the cycle will continue.
We will break the cycle. You'll have true freedom. Of that, I promise.
I hope you are right.
What's wrong, Ryla'an?
Nothing! Nothing! You must leave, and Muriel enter. The magic does not work well in the company of many.
I'm going to stay with Muriel, and that's final.
You said you had two problems before being able to truly claim your freedom. The first was the Tarak lore. And the second? The second problem, Princess, was Cowan. The rightful heir to these lands. My son.
You underhanded, conniving, malicious... No!
Muriel, it is time for you to finally die.
Cowan, you will regret walking the path to bring you here.
And you will regret ever leaving your prison, Princess. Aviana, I expected better, but no matter. Bow before me, Muriel. Recognize my authority over these lands, and I shall spare you.
You have no authority here. You will never control me. You will never rule these lands. Stand and die.
I'm good at this.
We almost lost you there.
I am good, I believe. I admit that I feel stronger than before. The two devices have combined inside me. Their power fills me.
You feel in control now, but are you sure you will be?
Yes. Do not mistake me, Aviana. This is new and unexpected, but I can say without a doubt that it is part of me. It belongs to me, and I to it. We are one now. As for Rylan, she is no longer a concern of mine. Whether she lives out her life in anger or sorrow, or finds her end by your blade, it is a choice I leave to you, Aviana.
Her actions are unforgivable. She shall find her place in the dirt.
So be it. Cowan is gone.
What? Wasn't he dead?
He is as slippery as he is treacherous. We shall meet with him again, of that I have no doubt.
So, this is Greyleaf? It has a certain charm, I guess.
It's also quiet. Anyone stupid enough to walk these roads usually winds up dead or undead in minutes.
Be on your guard. If you hear or see anything move.
Scream like a lunatic and run for the trees?
I was gonna say, give me a sign.
Screaming and running is a sign.
Ultimately, the Vale want us dead, the Second Woken want the Vale dead. We're a perfect match. We just need to find their leader, whoever it is, and get them to listen.
And not eat us.
And that. You there!
Oh, you're living. How rare. What are you doing in Greyleaf?
You're singing in the middle of a swamp alone. I think between the two of us, you're the one with the story to tell.
Is anyone really alone when Mortis may be nearby? No matter. I'm Lady Darkcoil, leader of the Darkhold Brigade in Varentor. The pleasure's mine. As you're clearly new to these forests, I could help you get your bearings.
Most of what I know of the Forests of the Lost are legends. What can you tell me about this place?
Thousands of years ago, Mortis rose from the dead body of Soloniel, goddess of the life stream. The newly born goddess of death became queen of the necromancers of Greyleaf and built her army of undead hordes here. But then, everyone knows that.
So, where is everyone? I just assumed I'd be some slobbering monster's feast by now.
As did I. The goddess and her hordes are here, but something's changed in them. Better to thank a blessing than question it, I'd say.
If I'm going to get the undead on my side, I'll need to find their leader. They have a council, right?
Bold, aren't you? I don't know if the Council of Six are in Greyleaf, but there's strange activity to the north, which is why I stick to the southern roads.
You mentioned you're part of a brigade in Varentor. That's a long way from here.
After being threatened with being marked pure as punishment for losing our last battle, I fled. Wars are hardly the honorable pastimes they used to be.
Fine to meet you, lady.
Walk in the High Father's holy light, traveler. Pray often, and sleep little.
Good advice in these parts.
You there. Take care in these parts. The Lich they call the Lost One is said to watch over the forests. We're on the lookout for the Twilight Twins, a pair of terrorists that attacked the Church of St. Darchild. Word is they were seen here. Have you seen this woman?
She looks ferocious, incredibly strong.
Incredibly.
Anyone who saw such a woman would certainly remember her. But no, I've never seen her.
Well, if you do see her, stay clear.
I do not know these men. Let me stand back, lest they be headhunters.
You've been bitten. All of you have. You know what this means.
Aye, of course we do. I've lived 700 years, and this is how it ends. Hunting some cursed grimoire in some cursed wood. No four heavens, no bathing in the life stream, just a god's forsaken second waking.
Avi, we have to do something.
You're kind, young child, but there's nothing to be done. Our flesh is our soul's prison. Mortis has seen to that.
When you turn, you will be hungry.
I understand. Leave us.
Ori, help me load their bodies. They deserve a proper burial, at least. These bodies, the wounds are recent. Hardly any decay.
Listen, I love robbing a grave as much as anyone, but are you about to do what I think you're about to do?
We're adventurers now, Ori. We have to be resourceful. These could be used for zombie decoys, sacrifices to the gods of meat. The options are endless. Come on, give me a hand. No closer, or it's your heads.
Not heads, not yet. From Queen's Nest we come, to Throne of Corsal we go.
I know of no throne.
It is second death. Flesh is ours, soul is Mortis's.
Tell me more about this throne and what it has to do with Mortis.
To Throne we go, flesh ours, soul Mortis.
Whatever it is you seek, let's hope you find it. What is this?
Mortis's power wanes. If the goddess of death is dying, and it is our guess that she is, we must act.
You intend to use this to save Mortis, somehow.
No! We intend to end her reign once and for all. An opportunity like this comes once an epoch at best. If you've come to volunteer yourself to the throne, proceed.
My guess is those bodies weren't volunteers?
Their will hardly matters now. Nor does yours, little man.
We ride from Ilion to negotiate an alliance between our land and yours.
The goddess of death is not here to negotiate. And well, I don't want truce. I want your death.
Yield, or I will cut off your head!
Enough! Well done, young fiend. Well done.
What?
You are spectacular, otherworldly. It's been a century since I last met a fighter with your, vigor. You said you seek alliance. Consider it yours, if you help reap the flesh we need for this throne.
I nearly killed you. You're either very forgiving or very crazy.
I'm very both, as are you, which is why an alliance is all the more valuable. But it cannot be struck without flesh sacrifice!
I can't be the only one who's feeling nervous about this.
He's powerful, crazy, needs our help. We'll worry about the details later.
Right. Regret later, act now. Regret later, act now.
Now then, deal?
I won't kill anyone just because you say so, Necromancer.
Oh, please. Call me Edgemar. Enemy of the Vale, the Elves, Mortis. Enemy of a great number of things.
I'm Aviana, known around these parts as the Huntress of Tomes.
Truth be told, if you can find willing participants for our ritual, there need be no fighting at all. But I wouldn't recommend it. Everyone should have the pleasure of dying when they least expect it.
Leave the details to me, Edgemar. I'll help build this throne, and in return...
The liberated hordes of Greyleaf do anything you ask.
You're building a temple of rotting flesh. What I don't understand is why, or how.
Instructing my minions to harvest flesh resulted in them tearing each other to shreds. How children fight for the love of a parent. Their bodies made fine contributions just the same. My incantation to free us from Mortis's control requires only blood sacrifice now. Lots of it.
You mentioned you're trying to free yourself from Mortis. What happened to her?
Better minds have been driven mad, questioning the fickle will of gods, young fiend. Know only that Mortis's will is to unite the world in death, but that will wanes.
You don't strike me as picky, but let's assume you were. Where do I find the best sacrifices?
My taste in flesh is hardly discerning, it's true. From the tomb of Tuchulkan to the eastern wastes, I want any, and I want many!
I like to know who I'm working with, Edgemar.
Well, there was a time, over a century ago, when I was an archmage to Demosthenes II. I was among the first to serve the Vale. I killed a man who stood in the way of my rise to power. The Vale posthumously named him a saint, and damned me to cleansing. I chose a different path.
Necromancy.
And why not? The only thing worse than a naked obsession with power is a hidden obsession with power.
I'll be back. Try not to kill anyone while I'm gone.
I knew we were looking for the leader of Greyleaf's hordes, but he's not exactly what I was expecting.
No, but we found him, and he needs us. That's not a bad position to be in.
Ilion will become whatever you make of it in the end. But be honest with me, I swear not to judge. Have you gone mad?
I was wondering the same thing. You nervous?
I'd say worry is appropriate, given that with a wave of his finger, he could turn us into zombies.
We'd have to be dead first. So my opinion, let's not die.
Oh, don't die. In Greyleaf, home of necromancers and the dread Queen of Death. Perfect plan.
To Throne of Korsal we go.
The necromancer's throne? You do know what awaits you there.
Flesh ours, but soul is mortis. Second death it comes. To second death we go.
Go quickly, creature. The necromancer awaits, and we have a date with the Queen of Death.
To Throne we go.